About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me.
Hi guys, my name is Anissa and I run a blog called Expat Panda. If you don't know my blog, then you should know my blog because it's really awesome. I started in 2017 when I was moving to Kuwait to teach abroad, and 3 years on, the blog has really evolved. I talk about a variety of topics. One of them is dating, which is the same topic I'm going to be talking about in this session, dating as an expat. So as we know, leaving your home country and moving abroad can actually be one of the most difficult decisions that you will make in your life. It can really be the best of times and the worst of times simultaneously. And trust me, I know because I felt that. There's so many good things about moving abroad. From the people you meet, to the fact that you become so much more culturally aware, to the wealth of knowledge that you accumulate from your new experiences. But people don't often talk about the negative aspects of being an expat. And I'm not just talking about losing touch with family and friends or not being able to get your favorite products at the store. I'm talking about the fact that it's also an incredibly isolating and lonely experience. And that's why I'm talking about dating today, because I think that dating as an expat is totally different to dating somebody when you're in your own home country. And I think that it can be an incredibly rewarding experience, and that's what I'm going to talk about and focus on today. So in this video today, I'm going to talk about 4 different stages of dating as an expat. The first stage is about being open to dating somebody that is different to you. The second stage is about being prepared for the challenges that you're going to face, especially in terms of language, culture, and different perspectives. The third phase is about being strong in your relationship, even when people have negative opinions. And the fourth one is all about how being in a relationship as an expat will enrich your life. So in 2011 was the first time I left my home country of South Africa and I moved to South Korea. Since then, I've also lived in Kuwait, and now I live in the United Arab Emirates. A lot of people think that finding someone to date when you're an expat is the biggest challenge. But actually, in my opinion, what's more challenging is maintaining a healthy relationship with somebody while you're an expat. And those are the things that I want to discuss in this session. The benefits and the challenges that come with dating as an expat. I also want to introduce you to my special guest. And this is my partner. Everybody knows him as Expat Polar, and he's going to tell you just a brief teaser about our relationship so far.
So, my name is Vinay, Expat Polar also. I've been dating Anissa now for just over 2 years.
Ish.
2 years-ish. Even though we are from South Africa and from Durban, we are completely different. There are cultural differences between the two of us. And because of that, we do differ in terms of lifestyle, religion, and opinions on certain things. We actually started dating in Dubai, and I've been here for over 11 years now.
So basically a lifetime.
A lifetime plus a little bit more.
Because we've been going through all of this in our relationship, I want to share with you some and tricks on how to manage and how to understand when your partner is different to you and has a different opinion to you, or maybe comes from a different culture or country that you do. So stage 1 is actually all about just being open to dating somebody who is different from you. If you think about it, there are so many challenges that come with being an expat, especially when you first move to a country. You are literally in an unfamiliar sea of foreign faces, strange accents, weird cultural practices, and all sorts of other things that you're not familiar with. And then you want to go and add dating into the mix. It's a lot to deal with. But if you are embracing the expat experience, and I highly recommend doing this, then you're probably meeting people from the local culture or people from other cultures and places that are actually different to where you come from. If you think about it, it's going to be pretty difficult for you to meet somebody from your town, city, village who has the exact same political views as you, the same religious practices, the same cultures, the same traditions. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible to find somebody just like you in a new place, but chances are pretty minimal. So you are going to need to open yourself up to the possibility of dating somebody who is different from you. So over the years, no matter which country I've lived in, I always hear people complaining that they're struggling to meet somebody, but they're also not open to meeting somebody who's not from the same place that they are from. And the thing is that maybe you should go back to the place you came from if you're not ready to accept and embrace the possibility that you could possibly be dating somebody that's not from the same place as you. I really do urge you to go beyond what you know as familiar, because dating somebody from a different culture or a different world can be the most enriching experience if it's handled correctly. So now you have met someone amazing and the two of you are trying to work together towards building a healthy relationship. And this is often the stage where you realize just how different you are from the other person. Now, do not be one of those people who finds someone who's different from you, but then expects them to conform to your views, your practices, your traditions, your culture. Don't do that. It only ends in disaster. What you need to do and realize is that past experiences shape us, and we need to be respectful and mindful about the other person's views, perspectives, culture, and life experiences. So the most important thing that I recommend in this stage is just to recognize that there's going to be a lot of differences between you and your partner in a lot of aspects, like for example, money, religion, political views, just daily lifestyle choices and habits, because you guys are from two different cultures or two different worlds. So let me give you some examples of things that I've encountered or that I've seen while I have been an expat. So, for example, in some cultures, the person who is working abroad is expected to send the vast majority of their earnings back home to subsidize and help family that's back home. And this might be really difficult for someone to comprehend if they are an expat whose money is theirs to do with as they please. What about when you and your partner actually do not speak the same native language? When you guys are conversing, simple miscommunication might occur because you've used a certain slang that they don't understand. Or there's just a linguistic barrier when you are disagreeing and you can't express yourself fully in a language that's not native to you. So what we need to do here is we need to recognize that these challenges are completely normal. And we need to find healthy and effective ways to actually work through them with our partners. So when I'm talking about healthy and effective ways to find solutions to these kind of challenges that you and your partner might face, I'm talking about avoiding the kind of language that promotes this understanding of, oh my God, your views and your culture are so backward. What is wrong with you? I can't adapt to this. It doesn't make any sense to me. And instead of having those kind of strong opinions which might hurt or insult the other person, let's try and just be calm about it and say, you know what, I don't understand where you're coming from, or I don't understand why you have to do that, or why you're saying that. Can you please make me understand your point of view on this? Just these simple changes in language, and we'll try to promote understanding between you and your partner. The most important thing I can tell you is that if you are prepared to face challenges, then you will actually be better equipped to deal with them when they do arise. And believe me, they will. Stage 3 is all about other people's opinions. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, let me explain. So as you delve deeper into your relationship, it's inevitable that you will want to start telling people, especially people who are back home in your home country. And speaking from experience, I can tell you that this can go one of two ways. The first way is that people are genuinely happy and genuinely curious about your partner. They ask questions about where they're from, what they do, and want to learn more about your partner basically. These people are gems, and do not let go of these people from your life. But the second way is unfortunately the more common way, where people thrust their unwanted opinions on you. So for example, you hear comments like, "Why are you dating a Muslim? Aren't they all terrorists?" Or, "I can't believe you're dating somebody from Russia. They're just using you for your passport." And I know that these kind of comments come from a place of ignorance, so sometimes you have to just ignore them and move past. But now and then someone you really care about will make a comment that will cause you to question your relationship and whether you are actually doing the right thing. While I'm not saying that your friend or family member may not have a valid point, because they may, you also need to realize that you are the person who is living abroad and you need to do what's best for you. In fact, and this is from my own personal experience, you and your partner may have both realized that your differences are not barriers to your love and connection. It actually enhances your relationship. And that's fine if that's good for you. You don't need other people to derail your relationship with their opinion or offer an opinion on something they have never experienced and don't know anything about. Here you are on this fabulous journey to learn more about you, to learn more about the world, and to learn more about those around you. And if you are lucky enough to find yourself in a relationship with somebody who pushes you out of your comfort zone, then you are on an even more enriching and educational experience. Putting your relationship through the challenges of multicultural living, constant travel, linguistic barriers, raising multicultural kids are actually challenges and trials that most relationships never have to face. This can only make you and your partner go stronger. And I found from my own personal experience that being with a person who is not from the same culture as myself, it's actually allowed me to learn more about my own culture and to get the best part of their culture. It's really a win-win situation for both partners. You cannot possibly buy this kind of experience on Airbnb or any kind of website. You're being integrated into another culture in a way that will change you forever, whether the relationship actually lasts or not. So it's probably a good time to tell you now that since we started filming this video, we actually got engaged. And how do we manage to pull off this magnificent feat?
Well, communication and a willingness to understand each other.
Definitely.
Well, let's put it this way. When Panda and I first started going out, there was a few adjustments that had to be made. I had to understand that family played an important role in Panda's life, and family affected
most of our relationship. Like, for example, we had a lot of guests. Well, we're always having a lot of guests over, and I think that's an adjustment for you.
That was a big adjustment for me, but it was beneficial because it helped grow our relationship also, and it gave me an opportunity to actually meet and interact with friends and family.
So in any relationship, there will be adjustments that you have to make to especially cultural views and perspectives. And the key here is just to communicate about it and to compromise sometimes and see how you can make it work for both of you. I know that every relationship you have is supposed to have an impact on you, but for me, this relationship has really had the biggest impact. And it's changed me in ways that I actually didn't anticipate. I've become more culturally aware. I'm definitely more patient and definitely able to compromise better because we have such different personalities and we come from different worlds. And that's why I'm here to tell you that if you haven't already opened your mind to the possibility of international and intercultural dating, I really advise that you do, because it has been the best decision that I have ever made.
What we can be, life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it.
Yes, there's also some differences.
I give up.
Yeah.
I'm done living life.
Always on your mind and not on your
I'm gonna be drawing on my foot, which talk about. I can't focus.